Michelle here with Make a Wish Alaska in Washington. It's been a while since I saw you guys live, and I'm so excited to bring you a new goal update for our Make a Wish Wishes in Flight mileage drive. I just heard from Jessica that we are just shy of 4 million miles. That is it's past our mark for halfway to 7 million. We still want to get there. We still need your help. And I'm going to pop into the Zoom call right now and see how everyone's doing and also let them know about that goal. Get everyone excited. And there's a little story that somebody has to share with you as well. So let's check this out. Let's see if everyone's there. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad we have a new group of volunteers. We're ready to take calls for everyone. Again, this is our annual Wishes in Flight mileage drive with our friends at Como4. So far, so good. I heard from Jessica recently that we are just shy of 4 million miles. That is so exciting. Yay. Our goal is to reach 7 million, and I have a really good feeling about this. Julie is our volunteer manager here at Make-A-Wish, and Julie, I heard that you had some exciting stuff happen in previous hours. Can you tell us about that?
There've been a lot of calls, but the one that stands out to me, this man called and donated over 360,000 miles just as an individual. He said he wasn't planning on traveling, and then he let me know that the reason he wanted to do this is because his nephew got a wish and that he really liked the organization. It was very sweet.
That's so nice. I love always hearing how people are connected in different ways to our mission. So sometimes it's a neighbor, sometimes it's a coworker's child. Nonetheless, it's local children all over Alaska and Washington that get to benefit from these air miles. If you have any that are not used, or if you just don't foresee yourself using them in the near future, anytime you donate your miles to our chapter, they don't expire for us. So whenever we're ready to resume with wish granting that involves travel, your donation can help us be ready for all these kids. So many children have had their wishes postponed in the recent times. So we are just trying to prepare to give them all that hope that they deserve to have in their life. And I just want to see a show of hands. How many of you have volunteered for this event before? A lot of you. Okay, and who thinks they've been volunteering the longest in general for Make-A-Wish here? No, but okay, great. I know I've been doing it for about 4 years. If you can show with your fingers, how many years have you been volunteering with Make-A-Wish? 6, 4, 10. Full hands here. That's so awesome. Thank you guys so much for being a part of our phone bank. I'm actually going to be live soon with Deanna Cleveland as well. She is the spouse of one of our late founders, Bob Cleveland, and she also had something really cool happen while she was volunteering. So to this new group of volunteers, I wish you the funnest experience. I just made up a new word, funnest, the most fun experience, and may so many people bring us joy through their calls and their donations and their generosity. Thank you all for volunteering your time, and thank you everyone who's watching for your generosity and for helping us bring hope to these kids. Hope is essential, and we are so happy to have you as a part of our wish granting community. Thank you, everyone. Well, that was an awesome update. So we had a wonderful donation that Julie got the call from. We've had lots of people calling in, so many people just being so generous. And right now I am so honored to bring Deanna Cleveland here to join me and share a little bit about her experience. So Deanna, welcome so much. I'm so happy to have you here for so many reasons. First, I actually want to talk a little bit before you tell me about your experience in the phone bank. Tell me about your involvement with Make-A-Wish over the years.
Well, the involvement started in 1985 when my husband Bob came home from an international meeting of insurance producers in San Francisco. He had heard a platform presentation about Make-A-Wish, which was just a 5-year-old organization. And this organization that he was part of decided to Make-A-Wish, their primary charity, he came home and said, "This is a great opportunity. I want to get involved." And then he found there was no chapter in Washington. The Washington kiddos were getting their wishes granted by the Oregon chapter. So Bob pulled together two friends, one of whom was Greg Wong, and he had been at the same meeting with Bob, and then Penny Maples, and the three of them founded the chapter. It took 9 months to get the 501c3 and birth it. Felt like having a child.
And it's so worth it. We're so thankful for the hard work that all three of them did to make this chapter happen. They continue. Our chapter continues to evolve with the time, and I'm sure that your involvement has also changed. Can you tell us a little bit about the different roles that you've taken on besides wife of a founder?
Well, in the early days for me, it was mostly spousal support because I had a career and I was working and I was traveling a lot. In the first couple of years, the Make-A-Wish telephone was an answering machine in the spare bedroom of our home. So I think we did 6 wishes that first year. So a lot of spousal support, always financial support, helping with some of the early wishes. And then as the chapter moved up to Seattle, appropriately so, I will give wonderful credit to the 3 founders. They did not have what is sometimes known as founder syndrome. They didn't hold tight. They said it needs to go to Seattle. It needs to go where there's bigger influence, and so then we kept helping financially. After my husband passed away, I decided I wanted to honor him, and so I became more active again, and I'm an airport greeter. When we have traveling wishes, I get to see the kiddos and their families off, or I get to meet them or meet other chapters sending kids to Seattle for a wish.
Yes. And so I bet as a volunteer, you're really looking forward to the day where you can go back to doing that kind of volunteering as well and seeing those wish children, right?
I love getting up at 4 a.m. or going to the 11 p.m. Yes.
For wish kids, anything, right?
Absolutely.
So tell me about your experience. You were just in the phone bank for an earlier shift. Tell us a little bit about that.
Was very different than the last 2 years when we've all been able to gather in person up at Como Studios. We were all hooked up virtually via Zoom call with our computers and our phones here at our homes. And but we could see each other, we could chat, and then the phone bank, the main number would roll to all of our phones, and whoever was available would get the call. We would answer, and everybody was so patient. They knew we were juggling phones and computer screens and putting in the cash or the mileage that they were donating. It was wonderful.
And did you have anyone that surprised you with anything, or did you have any exciting moments?
I did. There was a delightful 85-year-old man who called in and said, "I'm not probably going to be traveling anymore. I've got 181,000 miles with Alaska, and I just want to give you all of them."
Oh,
I told him he gave me, well, I told him that. I said, "You gave me goosebumps."
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah,
that's so great. Sweet. And was it you that took a call also about somebody that had a challenge, that wanted to challenge people?
Yes, a man gave 10,000 miles to Alaska and asked us to publicize that as a challenge and asking other people to do the same thing.
That's awesome. So it was 10,000 miles?
Yes, yes.
That's great. So if you're watching and you have 10,000 miles, you've been challenged to donate.
Or another 181,000. We'll take it all.
Whatever you have, we'll take it. So I do want to reiterate, because it's so important to think about, for us, if we don't use our miles or a credit card that it's tied onto, or we don't travel on that airline, then we lose the opportunity to use the miles, right? So they'll expire, or you lose a chunk of it for whatever reason. And when people donate their miles to our chapter, they never expire. So however long it takes us to get to a point where it's safe enough to grant travel wishes, we're going to be ready. That's why we're still doing this, because we can't send our wish kids off on their trips now, unfortunately, but we want to be ready because there are so many, like 80% of our wishes involve travel in some way. So we really just want to be ready for them and not be asking last minute. That's why this is still going on. It's been an ongoing tradition with Como 4. They've been such great supporters of the mileage drive, and they have stories that are airing all throughout the day on Como TV, as well as Como Radio and KVI and Star 101.5. It's been such great support that we've had from all of them, and we're so thankful. And Deanna, thank you so much for continuing to be a part of our mission and continue to live out the legacy of your husband and the other two founders. We're so lucky to have you still around here in the area working with local Wish Kids. And I'm just so thankful that you were able to join me today to share your story and that you continue to bring hope to these children.
Well, you're welcome, and the thanks are mine to you and the staff and to all of the wonderful volunteers and people donating today. Thank you all.
Great. Thank you so much. Until next time, Deanna.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone, and thank you.